You know the feeling. The relationship has run its course. The laughter is forced. The conversations are hollow. The future you once imagined together is now a fog of uncertainty. And yet, you stay. You stay because you are a good guy. And a good guy doesn't want to hurt anyone. So you perform one of 3 acts of modern cowardice. Act 1. The slow fade. You become distant. You reply slower. You hope she gets the hint and does the dirty work for you. Act 2. The ghost. You vanish without a word, leaving a trail of confusion and unresolved pain. Act 3. The martyr's purgatory. You stay, miserable and resentful, sacrificing your own vitality on the altar of not wanting to have a difficult conversation. Most men believe these are the kinder options. They are wrong. They are not kind. They are cruel. They are not acts of compassion. They are acts of profound fear. The Stoics knew that courage is the chief virtue, and true courage is often required most not on the battlefield, but in the quiet, terrifying arena of an honest conversation. Today, we are not learning how to be heartless. We are learning how to be truly kind. We are learning the Stoic art of the clean break, a method so clear, so decisive, and so respectful of the ultimate non-renewable resource, time, that it is the only path of true virtue. This is how you end a relationship, not like a boy running from a problem, but like a man facing reality. The Stoic art of the clean break. How to end any relationship with zero drama. Stoicism. The first principle of a clean break is not about the action, but the precursor to it, the audit of virtue. A Stoic does not end a relationship on a whim or a bad mood. He ends it based on a rational, sober assessment against his highest values. The average man asks, "Am I happy?" The Stoic man asks a harder question. Is this relationship helping me live a more virtuous life? Is it aligned with my purpose? Are we together, moving towards the good? He observes the patterns. Is the relationship characterized by peace and mutual growth, or by drama and stagnation? Does it encourage his discipline or his complacency? Is it a source of strength or a constant drain on his vital energy? The ordinary man tolerates a good enough relationship because he fears being alone more than he fears a wasted life. He lets mediocrity become a slow poison. The Stoic man, guided by Seneca's wisdom, knows that life is long if you know how to use it. He understands that continuing a relationship that is misaligned with virtue is a theft of his time and a theft of hers. It is a lie by omission. The decision to end it, therefore, is not born of anger or boredom. It is born of a deep respect for life itself. The first step to a clean break is the unshakable, private conviction that the break is a necessary act of virtue. A slow poison is still poison. The most virtuous act is to stop drinking it and to stop serving it to another. This leads to the second and most critical principle, the rejection of ambiguity. This is the moment of the cut itself. The average man, in an attempt to soften the blow, speaks in riddles. I just need some space. It's not you, it's me. Maybe someday, when things are different. He believes he's being kind. In reality, he is planting seeds of false hope. He is offering a future that does not exist, condemning the other person to a purgatory of waiting and wondering. The Stoic man understands that ambiguity is the cruelest form of communication in an ending. His message must be a model of clarity, conciseness, and finality. It has 3 parts: the clear statement of decision, the honest, but not overly detailed, reason based on his own path, and the kind, but firm, closing of the door. For example, I have made the decision to end our relationship. My path is moving in a different direction, and I can no longer continue this with the integrity it deserves. I wish you nothing but the best. Notice what is absent. There is no blame. There is no maybe. There is no room for negotiation. The reason is about his path, which is non-debatable. He takes full ownership of the decision. This is not cold. It is clean. It is the kindness of a surgeon who makes one swift, deep cut, knowing that a hesitant, shallow slice will only cause more damage and infection. Clarity is the highest form of kindness in an ending. The third pillar is a profound mental shift, the embrace of the villain. To execute a clean break, you must be willing to be the bad guy in her story. This is where most good guys fail. Their ego cannot bear the thought of being disliked, of being remembered as the one who inflicted pain. So they waver. They offer false comfort. They make promises they can't keep, all in a desperate attempt to manage her perception of them. The Stoic man applies the dichotomy of control. His actions, his decision, his integrity. These are his to control. Her feelings, her reaction, her narrative about him after the fact. These are external and entirely hers. To try and control her story is a fool's errand. It is an act of ego, not of virtue. The Stoic man accepts that her pain is an unavoidable consequence of a necessary action. He accepts that her friends may hear a version of the story in which he is a monster. He is at peace with this, because his self-worth is not derived from her approval. It is derived from his own adherence to his principles. The ordinary man needs to be the hero in every story. The Stoic man is content to be the villain in a story he has chosen to exit. Her narrative about you is not your burden to carry. The final principle is the one that ensures the break is truly clean. The vow of absolute closure. The surgery is over. Now, you must allow the healing to begin. The average man, plagued by guilt, often sabotages this final stage. He sends the just checking in text. He offers the hollow promise of let's be friends. He orbits her social media. He believes he is being supportive, but he is actually being selfish. He is picking at the scab to soothe his own discomfort, continuously reopening the wound for both of them. The Stoic man understands that true healing requires space. It requires a complete cessation of contact. This is not a punishment. It is a necessary quarantine for emotional recovery. He disappears from her life. No texts, no calls, no social media interaction. Not out of anger, but out of respect. Respect for her need to heal without his shadow looming over her, and respect for his own need to move forward without being anchored to the past. He understands that you cannot be the surgeon who made the cut and the nurse who tends the wound. Your presence is a reminder of the pain. The kindest thing you can do after a clean cut is to disappear so that a scar can form rather than a constantly weeping wound. You cannot be the surgeon and the nurse at the same time. Music swells, becoming more majestic and profound. So you see, the Stoic art of the clean break is a masterclass in controlled, virtuous action. It begins with a rational audit, proceeds with a clear and honest declaration, is supported by a mindset willing to accept disapproval, and is finalized by a disciplined and absolute closure. This is not easy. It requires immense courage, but it is the path of integrity. It is the path that honors the truth. It is the path that, in the long run, minimizes suffering for both people. You are not just ending a relationship. You are practicing the virtue of decisiveness. You are choosing to align your life with your deepest principles. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminded himself of the shortness of life, that we are all but smoke and dust. To spend that precious, fleeting time in a state of inauthentic stagnation is the greatest tragedy. The clean break is an act of amor fati, a love of one's fate. You are actively choosing your fate, embracing the temporary pain for the sake of a more authentic future. You are choosing to live a life of truth, not a life of comfortable lies. In the end, she may not like you for it. She may be angry. She may be hurt. But deep down, on a level she may never admit, a part of her will respect you for it. Because you did what she, perhaps, did not have the courage to do. You told the truth, and you set you both free. Your time on this earth is finite. Your energy is finite. Do not waste them in relationships that drain you of virtue. Choose courage. Choose clarity. Choose the clean break. If you are ready to live a life of greater integrity, subscribe to Modern Stoic, and in the comments, share one area of your life where you will choose clarity over comfort this week. The path to a better life is paved with difficult, honest decisions. Make one today.